Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good night. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Rachel. I'll be running today's orientation. I'm one of the volunteer coordinators here at Fringe. This is my third year here at Fringe. I'm also joined by Katie, who's our volunteer manager. Not here tonight, who's also a part of our team, who you've probably been emailing back and forth with. We have Tanner, Zanifa, and Ben. So we can get started. We can get those.
Do a check to make sure people can hear you.
Oh yeah, can people hear me? That is a good idea. Maybe just throw it in the comments if you can hear us. Wait and see.
Yeah.
Good. Great. Okay. Awesome. We can get started. There we go. We have our handy dandy slides. So welcome everyone to the 37th. Is that it? 37th Winnipeg Fringe Festival. Woohoo! Super fun. If you've been hanging out with us. Okay, great. So welcome. So here's what we'll be covering today. We're going to be talking about the top 10 Fringe questions, things to know as a volunteer, 10 quick job descriptions, perks, and then at the end, questions. So feel free to throw questions in the comments at any point. We have someone just behind the scenes. She'll throw up any questions that are relevant to what we're talking about, but other ones we'll just save for the end of the presentation. So yeah. Okay, top 10 Fringe questions. What is the Fringe? The Fringe is a non-juried theater festival, which runs this year, July 17th to the 28th, with 150 indoor shows and outdoor entertainment scheduled between 11 a.m. and midnight every day. So Winnipeg Fringe is based on 3 key principles. 1, like we said, the festival is non-juried. 2, artists have complete artistic freedom to present whatever they want on stage. And 3, 100% of the ticket price goes directly back to the performing company. Where is the Fringe? It's a whole bunch of places. We have 26 venues this year where you can go see shows. Fringe Central, which is where we are right now at MTC. It's the main hub for all things Fringe. Old Market Square, fun place to hang out between shows and shifts, and even on social media. So we're on Instagram at WPG Fringe Volunteers, and the festival has their own Instagram account, at Winnipeg Fringe. So venues. So yeah, like I said, we have 26 venues scattered around the city. Most of them are in the Exchange District, and most are all are close by. So we have some new venues for 2024 and returning venues. So Venue 5, Son of Warehouse, is back this year. Venue 10, the University of Winnipeg, Asper Center is also back. Venue 11, Red River College is also back. New ones this year, Venue 18, the Park Theater. They are replacing the gas station this year because they are under some renovations. So that's where D&D Improv will be, down at the Park Theater. So it's a little bit farther than the gas station, but still not too crazy far. And then we also have Venue 24, Sport Manitoba Hall of Fame, which is just down Rupert Street, right? Yeah, just down Rupert. So then not new, but Venue 9, the Planetarium this year, they have some renovations happening there as well. So as of July 22nd, the Rupert Street entrance is closed for renovations. The new entrance will be the Main Street entrance. Oh, there we go. So Fringe Central, the RMTC lobby. So that is where advanced tickets are being sold, visitor center, the Performers Lounge, and Volunteer Hospitality, or HOSPO, which is where you'll find us during the festival. So HOSPO is the volunteer lounge where you can come to cool off in the air conditioning, grab a snack or a drink, pick up shifts, and chat with other volunteers. And like I said, we're also here, so if any questions or anything comes up, that's where you can find us. Old Market Square. So Old Market Square is our outdoor site. It's over at the Cube in the Exchange. There you can find, you can get some food and drinks, let your kids run around with some planned activities, watch some free entertainment at the Cube, and buy from local vendors. So lots of stuff happening. Outdoor performances. So yeah, that takes place in Old Market Square at the Cube. Info tent is also there. Beer tent and patio, so great place for have a drink, food and merchandise vendors. And how do I get to the Fringe? So the best ways are walking, biking, or busing. And then if you do drive, make sure to allow extra time to find parking, as it can be tricky in the Exchange. So if you've had experience parking downtown, you know it can be a little bit of a hassle. So just make sure to allow a little extra time to get here before your shift. And yeah, okay. So 4, where can I get tickets and how much are they? So in advance, you can purchase tickets online or at the advanced ticket desk at least 4 hours before showtime. So like I said, advanced tickets is at the RMTC lobby. And other than that, so at the door, you can purchase tickets 30 minutes before the first show of the day at that venue, or 15 minutes after the start of the previous show. So it sounds a little bit confusing, but yeah, makes sense. Yeah, and so ticket prices are $12 to $14 this year. Past years, they have been just $12, but yeah, they're changing it up a little bit this year. Some companies offer at the door discounts, so make sure to always check the program. Your team leaders will know that stuff, but yeah, it's good to know. And at kids venue, tickets in advance are $6 for kids or $12 for adults, or pay what you can at the door. How much are programs? So for volunteers, they are $5, and for patrons, they are $10. If you would like the discount, you have to purchase it from us at HOSPO. So yeah, come down and we can get you set up. So what's good to see? There's something for everyone, so it depends on the individual. Check the program or our website to read up on shows and stay positive when discussing shows on patrons. So everyone has different tastes in shows and things. So if you see something that you're maybe not your thing, try not to talk about the things you don't like and really advertise for the things you do like and promote those. So what is Kids Fringe? So it is a hub for entertainment and daily activities that can be enjoyed by all ages for free. They happen in where the beer tent is in Old Market Square, not at the same time. So it's open from noon to 3 p.m. every day, starting on July 18th till July 7th or 27th. Is there a Fringe app where you can view the program? So you can view the program. I don't think we have a Fringe app. I think it's just on like a browser where you can go to winnipegfringe.com, and there you can find the program and it has all the info. We'll talk. I think there's a slide that has where we can get programs. Or no, sorry. On the website also. There is also a spot where you can look if you would like a physical program. Again, you wouldn't be able to use your discount, but if you're out and about, they have locations of where you can purchase them throughout the city. Yeah, okay, number 8, where can I find the necessities? So bathrooms. Bathrooms are located at Fringe Central, and there's also some outhouses at Old Market Square. Food, tons of food vendors in Old Market Square, as well as tons of restaurants in the area. Most staff is around downtown, around the Exchange throughout the year. So we know lots of places. Feel free to ask us. We'll have lots of recommendations. Beverages. So adult beverages are in the beer tent and patio. Most food vendors also sell non-alcoholic beverages and water. And we also have the Corpels water filling station again in Old Market Square this year.
It's Culligan's.
Culligan's. Oh, okay. Typo. Whoopsies. So the Culligan's water filling station. Okay, ATMs. The nearest are by the info tent, in the beer tent, by the patio, and then there's one here at MTC. What is Tip the Fringe and how do I get a button? So we have a campaign called Tip the Fringe. So it is a campaign to solicit small donations from patrons to support the Fringe Festival. So because 100% of ticket price goes back to the performer, it's just a way for Fringe to get some extra money to help fund everything and keep everything going. So buttons will be available for a suggested donation of $1 at Visitor Center, Info Tent, and most venues. 10, what if I need first aid or security? In case of emergencies, call 911, always. For minor injuries and Band-Aids, they will be at Info Tent or the Visitor Center. Fringe safety can be contacted by walkie-talkie. Team leaders and Fringe staff will always have walkie-talkies, so chat with them if you need Fringe safety. And then the Fringe also has a portable AED defibrillator at Old Market Square. The device will be located in Info Tent from noon to 10, and then at the patio from 10 p.m. to midnight. So things to know as a volunteer. So if you have applied online, you probably are familiar with the My Volunteer page. So this is where you log in and get access to your account. So if you can't sign into your account, don't panic. Call us. So there's a number there. It's super easy for us to reset your password. So if you don't remember your password or something, just give us a call and we can reset it for you and it'll be no problem. Yes, and even finding shifts too. Yeah, anything we can help. So a note about My Impact. A lot of other organizations use the same program to schedule their volunteers. So if you volunteer at a lot of places and have the same kind of things, they are different accounts. So it can get really confusing. So please don't create multiple Fringe accounts. And instead, just, again, give us a call and we can help you out. So the homepage. So this will have some news, updates, any information like if orientation sessions will be there, or we'll be putting the volunteer appreciation shows will be up on the homepage. Yeah. All right. So, and then if you scroll down on the homepage, down at the bottom here, it has files, which will have training information down there. So if there's anything from tonight that you need to go refer back to, or just more information on, you can go head over there. That little blue box will show you all the files to click there. Okay, so additional info in your profile. So this is where you can update volunteer status, how long you've been here, t-shirt size, phone number, just stuff about you. And then in contact information, so yeah, if you have any updates to your contact information, it's also in the little My Profile tab. Scheduling preferences. So this lets us know if you want to self-schedule or if you want us to schedule you just in your profile. So yeah, you just, under your preferences, select there, and then you can also put if you would like to volunteer with someone. Or any other information you need us to know. It also has your availability, so you can, if you do select staff schedule, that's how we know which shifts we are able to put you in. Okay, so if you are selecting your own shifts, you can go under the Opportunities tab. So there's both the Opportunities calendar and list. It's the same thing, it just is a different way of, different format of listing all the shifts, so just whatever your preference is. things to bring to your volunteer shift. So wear your volunteer badge every single shift because these have your volunteer ID numbers on them. And so it's how the team leaders write everything down or like keep track, and so that they can give you a stamp at the end of your shift, which we'll go over stamps in a bit. And then if you're not on shift, please remove your badge. So another thing to bring: snacks and water, sunscreen, appropriate weather or appropriate clothing for the weather. You don't need to wear your Fringe shirt for every shift, but you can if you really want to. So things to remember. So be an ambassador for the Fringe. So as I was kind of talking about before, just talking about what you love, because the public may take your opinions as facts. So promote what you love. So like I said, no need to wear your volunteer t-shirt for every shift, but please wear appropriate attire and avoid graphic tees or patterns that may be offensive to others. Respect. So respect your fellow volunteers, patrons, and staff members. The festival has many volunteers of varied ages and backgrounds and skills, and everyone brings value to the volunteer team. So remember to be polite, kind, and have patience. We always have new volunteers, especially this year. We have lots of new volunteers, which is amazing. And there's new patrons and staff, and so we want to make sure everyone has a good experience and has the best time that they can at the Fringe. Okay. Shift changes. So you can pick up more shifts or make changes to your schedule by visiting volunteer hospitality. So just at the MTC lobby, which is where we are. So between July 2nd to the 16th, we are open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. During the festival, we're open every day, 10 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. The only day that's different is the last day of the festival, July 28th. We close at 10 p.m. So team leaders, who are team leaders? So team leaders are volunteers who have years of experience volunteering for the Fringe and help manage the volunteer teams. So you usually report to the team leader for most jobs. They will give you direction on how you do your job at the start of your shift, but no need to come early because there's time built in. All volunteers may be asked to take direction from a Fringe staff member. Where can you get the shirt? Oh, you can come get your shirt at Hospo as well, just at MTC. And your badge, same place. Yeah, you can come to Hospo for those things. You can pick them up before your shift. You can pick them up anytime before your shift, days leading up to the festival. And if you can only get down here on the same day as your first shift, just make sure you come in or you leave enough time to get to your shift wherever it may be when you're picking up your stuff. Okay, job descriptions. Venues. So venues, you can have 2 jobs there: ticket selling and ushering. You meet at the venue indicated on your schedule at the time you're scheduled, because we have it in there the exact time you need to be there, so no need to show up early. Please show up on time though. Ticket selling. So you'll be selling tickets to patrons, giving patrons their advance tickets, recording ticket sales. You may be outside. There are changes to ticket selling sheets this year, so please be sure to review ticket selling training. Ushering. So ushering, you will help patrons enter and exit the theater, tidy the theater, make sure patrons obey Fringe rules. No cell phones, no latecomers, no readmittance. You also get to sit in and watch the shows. Because of that, so ushering, because it tends to be popular because you get to watch the show that you're ushering, we do require like a 1-to-1 ratio with ushering and ticket selling when you're scheduling. So new things for ticket selling. Advanced tickets. You will be receiving pre-counted advanced tickets for each show. We've gotten lots of excitement about that this year from all of our orientations. The ticket seller or team leader will stamp them at each venue. Standby list. Okay, so tickets can be released 20 minutes before showtime. At the team leader's discretion, tickets will be released and you can start calling off names off the standby list. If they are a paying customer, though, stop calling the names off the standby list and go forward with the purchase. Okay, beer tent and patio assistant. So you will meet at the beer tent beside the cube or the patio across from the cube.
Do we have an email? Make sure it sounds correct.
No.
We're on the
Orientation.
orientation. So one of our coworkers was just saying goodbye, so no worries there. Anyways, so beer tent or patio assistant. You meet at the beer tent beside the cube or the patio across from the cube. You may be checking IDs, serving beers, selling drink tickets, bussing tables, and keeping the area tidy, and other duties as assigned by staff in Old Market Square. You will be outside. So important beverage pavilion info. So bring your own photo ID in addition to your volunteer badge for your shift. Anyone drinking under the age of 35 needs a wristband. Under 18s can be in the beer tent and patio, but not drinking with no wristband and not alone. Cutoffs may need to happen, but you don't need to do it. That is not your responsibility. And obviously, no drinking on the job. Another thing about beverage pavilion this year, or the beverage pavilions this year, last year we had the whole park licensed out. This year it's they're just licensed in the beer tent and in the patio, which if you've been at Fringe like pre-pandemic, that's kind of how we did it before. So we're just going back to that. Kids Fringe helper. So you're going to meet at Kids Fringe, which is Red River College courtyard next to the cube, which is where beer tent is, essentially. Not essentially, it is where beer tent is because it switches from Kids Fringe to beer tent. That's kind of how the day works. So it's not the same as Kids Venue. Kids Venue is a separate venue that's at MTYP where they have shows and everything. Whereas Kids Fringe, you'll be helping with crafts, playing games, or supervising to keep everyone safe. This one, again, you'll be outside. Old Market Square team. So this is Enviro team and traffic / backstage assistant. So you'll meet at the info tent in Old Market Square. You will answer patron questions, monitor parking, and collect recycling and trash. You will be outdoors and may spend long periods standing for this one. Visitor Center. So where will you meet? At the Visitor Center. So this team works at keeping patrons informed, in person, and sells programs. You will be outside, and it just is underneath the MTC marquee. Info tent. So we have 2 info tents. But for either shift, it'll be at the Old Market Square info tent, just like the main one. So what you'll be doing is you'll provide information about all aspects of the festival to patrons. You will be working outside and you will be answering questions. So this is for people who know the Fringe really well. Like I said, we have 2 locations. So the main one is located at the entrance of, is that correct? Yeah, it's at the Red River College Square entrance. It's a little bit more forward this year. Last year it was like at the very, like right on Main Street, but it's a little bit back this year. And then, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
the other one is King and Bannatyne? Yeah, King and Bannatyne is the other one. But you'll report to the Red River College Square entrance on Main Street. And Rover. Okay, so Rover, you meet in the volunteer hospitality, RMTC lobby. So their job is to cover empty or drop shifts. So meaning that you could end up working in any of the above areas. Most often ticket selling or beverage pavilion. That one, it's great if you don't have a preference. You can come just hang out until we assign you a shift. So that one is also good to bring a book with you, because you never know. You might come in and we might immediately go, hey, can you go to this venue? Or you might be hanging out for a little while until we have somewhere that needs a shift covered. Hospital clerk or host. So you meet in volunteer hospitality. So hospital hosts, you will prepare snacks that have been donated to us and keep the area tidy. And so you'll be serving snacks out to volunteers. And then hospital clerks, they help volunteers add and drop shifts. They distribute silent auction tickets and they answer volunteer questions. If you have a morning shift in Royal MTC, please do not arrive earlier than your indicated start time. Staff are prepping for the day to come and aren't able to open the doors before time. So if you do arrive early, you'll be waiting outside, unfortunately. So yeah. Perks. Stamps on your comp cards and IDs. Okay, so for every shift that you do, you get 1 4 stamp. So it's a little ticket, or stamps can sound a little confusing, but essentially, so 1 volunteer shift equals 4 stamps. Longer shifts, extra stamps. You're always guaranteed, though, no matter how long if your shift is less than 4 hours, you're still going to get one of those 4 stamps. So yeah, 4 stamps equals 4 hours, which equals 1 complimentary ticket to a Fringe show. Stamps can also be used for our volunteers only silent auction with fantastic prizes. Our volunteer coordinator, Ben, has been plugging away at getting all of the stuff for the silent auction, and he's gotten some really, really great stuff. So they'll be in Hospo, so you can come check them out. And see kind of what prizes we got going on. And then 1 hour equals 1 ticket. So let's say if you work a 5-hour shift, you'll get 5 stamps. You could use the 4 hours to go see a show, and then use that extra ticket and put it in the silent auction if you really wanted to. Okay, booking tickets in advance. Once you have at least 4 stamps, you can book advance tickets in the RMTC lobby. 6% of tickets are put aside for volunteers only for advance tickets. Advance tickets can be booked starting Wednesday, July 27th, or sorry, not 27th, July 17th, the first day of the festival. You can book these tickets up until 4 hours before the show, and you will receive confirmation and pickup. Okay, I'm not reading this right. Sorry. You will receive a confirmation and pick up your tickets at the venue on the day of the show. You can book 1 ticket in advance with your stamps. And I think I'll talk about I think the next slide is about the next tickets. So I'll wait. There we go. Okay. So standby list. So you can use this option if you want to see shows without much planning, or if the volunteer advance tickets are not available. This option still uses your stamps on your volunteer comp card. So what you'll do, you'll get in line at the venue as usual and ask to be put on the standby list. Be at the venue 20 minutes before showtime, and if there is a ticket available, the ticket is yours at the ticket seller's discretion. So at this one, you can use 2 stamps to get, or I guess 2 4 stamps to get a ticket for you and a friend. Whereas with advanced tickets, okay, yes. So volunteer handbook. The standby list is released. So it did change this year. I'm not sure why it wasn't updated in there, but last year it was 30 minutes in advance. This year it's 20 minutes in advance. So they're switching it back up this year. No, you are not able to get 2 advance tickets with your stamps for a show. You can only get 1. If you want to use 2, if you want to get 2 tickets, you have to do it. You have to get on the standby list. So how many shifts are 5? Is that a longer shift? Like 5 hours? Yes, that's a longer. So a standard shift length is 4 hours. If it's anything longer than 4 hours, you'll get extra stamps. So even if it's 4.5 hours, you'll get an extra stamp on top of that. So in relation to how long you're working, you'll get, so if it's 6 hours, you'll get 2 extra stamps. If it's 5.5 hours, you'll still get 2 extra stamps. That's how those work. Where can you get the discount, or do you just show up at the door? So where can you get the discount? So it's not a discount. You're getting a free show with your stamp. So you can either do that at advance tickets, and you can get 1 ticket for a show with your stamp. I guess it's each show, right? It's like if you have let's say 3 shows you want to see, and you have 3 4 stamps, you can use them for each show, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can use, you can do that in advance. But if you're at the door, you can get 2 tickets. Okay, volunteer appreciation shows. So you can see select shows without using any stamps at all. So these shows will be listed online on your volunteer profile. I mentioned that earlier when we were looking at My Impact. It'll also be posted in Volunteer Hospitality, and it'll be on our social media. So we'll be posting whichever shows each day. They'll be posted on our social media. So it's really great to follow. Get lots of updates there. And then tickets will be available when that show goes on sale for the day on a first come, first served basis until all the tickets are gone. Only 1 ticket per volunteer, so you must show your badge for those volunteer appreciation shows. Final weekend stamps. Okay, so on the final weekend of Fringe, which is Friday, July 26th, Saturday, July 27th, Sunday, July 28th, or Monday, July 29th. Those are actually really great days to volunteer because you will receive the regular number of stamps, and you can still use them however you like for shows or silent auction. But when you return in 2025, you'll have those cards pre-stamped for those shifts when you come back or when you come pick up your badge. So it's like you're getting double stamps. So the last weekend people tend to not sign up for as many shifts. So this is just kind of a little incentive from us to get you to come sign up, because then you get to start 2025 with shows to see, which is really great. Can you only see one of the appreciation shows, or is it 1 ticket per appreciation show?
1 ticket per.
1 ticket per appreciation show. Yeah, 1 ticket per appreciation show. Okay. Oh, sorry. Carryover stamps. Okay. So at the end of the festival, you can turn in your badge with any unused stamps before Tuesday, July 30th at 12 p.m. So if you didn't want to put your tickets in the silent auction, you can keep that on your. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. If you didn't want to use those for silent auction, you can hand in your badge, and then we can save it for next year. So same kind of deal where you'll get stamps right at the beginning of the festival, so you can go see some shows. So you can use up to 16 hours of unused stamps from 2024. So if you have more of them, and you didn't get a chance to see shows, that's where I would recommend throwing some of those in the silent auction. When you volunteer, they'll be pre-stamped for you, ready to use. And this is in addition to your final weekend stamps. Okay, so volunteer appreciation pizza lunch. So as a little thank you, we have a appreciation lunch on the last Saturday of the festival, July 27th. And it's located here in Volunteer Hospitality. You can drop in between 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. for free pizza. Yay. Other fun perks. So we have a t-shirt decorating contest. So with your volunteer t-shirt, you make your Fringe volunteer shirt one of a kind using craft supplies. I think we will have some craft supplies this year in hospitality. Yeah. Okay. The last couple of years we haven't had it just with COVID and everything, but this year we're gonna have some craft supplies in volunteer hospitality, so you can decorate your shirt and be entered to win a prize. We also have the volunteer scavenger hunt. So this is our Instagram contest. Every day of the festival, there will be a photo challenge. So take a picture of yourself doing that challenge and tag us on Instagram. If you do all 12 activities, you get entered to win a prize. And I believe if you do 6, you get one entrance, like one. You count for 1, and if you do all 12, you count for 2. Yeah, and so if you don't have Instagram, you can still participate. You can just come show us the pictures, and same with your t-shirt. Sorry, one more, Denise. With the t-shirt, you can also you can either come in to show us and we'll take a picture, which won't be posted anywhere. We just keep it for us so that we can do the contest, or you can also email us a picture of you and your t-shirt. Yeah. Okay, so question time. Let's look at some questions. Okay, can phones be on flight mode or completely off? I think flight mode's fine. Yeah, you never know. Like if the emergency happens and you need to call 911, like it's good to have your phone on still, I'd say. Just not, using your phone. On July 14th. I don't believe
So
there is.
It's a pre-festival
okay.
shift.
I don't know that.
So I'll speak a little louder because I didn't want to unmute my microphone. But it's a pre-festival shift, so you still just meet over at the Cube over at Old Market Square, and the staff will be there. We really appreciate our pre-festival volunteers as well, because they help get everything set up, and it's a really exciting time. So if you just head over at the start time of your shift over to Old Market Square, our staff will be there to help you out and tell you what to do.
Yeah, and it is like you'll be lifting stuff, so it will be physical. So just keep that in mind as what kind of things you'll be doing. Is the ticket like money for the auction? Is it money for the auction? It's just counts, like you get one silent auction ticket equals 1 stamp. So it's like a 1-to-1 ratio for those.
And you put your name on the ticket, and then you put it in to to whichever draw you want to be a part of.
And then we select them at the end of the festival and email all the winners. Yeah. Do volunteers get a reference or certificate at the end of the festival? So you can get a reference letter. Just contact us, and then that's another thing we do at the end of the festival is we send out reference letters. So just send us an email if you do want a reference letter. Maybe I missed this, but I couldn't hear bike attendant draw. Oh, that wasn't in there, was it?
No, it's not.
Oh. Didn't realize that. We've done 4 of these and didn't realize that. Sorry about that. So bike attendant I feel like there was bike attendant it doesn't matter. Anyways, bike attendant takes place in front of Pantages. That's where the bike setup is, or bike parking is. That's what I'm trying to say. Bike parking is set up there. And then, you just hang out, watch the bikes, keep track of, or you're just not keeping track of anything. You're just there making sure everything is safe. Feel free to bring a book if you'd like for that one. You'll be with someone during your shift, so you'll have someone to chat with. And where and when shirt decorating is. Okay, so you can decorate. You can come into hospital anytime that we're open to come decorate. There's no set hours for it. You can come in and do that at any point in time. So if you want to come in after your shift, just cool down and just do some decorating, you're welcome to do that. How do I find my schedule? On the app, I'm not too familiar with the app, but it would be it's not under the opportunities tab, is it?
Under schedule.
It's under schedule. Yes. Okay. There is a tab. It says there's a tab called schedule. It should be under there. If you can't see it, feel free to email us and we can send you your schedule. The hours go towards school volunteer credit. So that would be up to the discretion of your school. But yeah, I think people have done that before. And we can write reference letters. And we can like sign off on your hours as well. If you have like a certain sheet that just to confirm that you did complete those hours, we can sign off on those. Yes, you do. Oh, that is great because I forgot to mention that. So for attending this orientation session, you can come into Hospo and come get your badge stamped from us, and you can use a secret code word. The secret code word is honk. So you can just honk at us like a goose if you really want to, or you can just say the word honk. We're not gonna, code word honk. There we go. Can't believe I almost forgot. Yes, you will get a stamp for attending orientation. So, yes. How do I find location of each venue? So it should be listed. It'll be listed in program. The program has everything. It should say in your shift. If you look up the name too, it'll show up the location. But I believe the address is listed.
There's also an app on the website.
There you go.
Or not an app, sorry, like a
map.
A link
map.
For each, a map, yes.
Yes.
A link for each
program.
venue that will bring you automatically to Google Maps.
Mm-hmm. And we also, in the program, there is a venue map. So feel free to peek through that. Is bike tent like coat check? Yeah, pretty much. Except we do have.
There's no ticket.
There's no ticket. Okay, yeah. Will I always be paired with an experienced volunteer? There will be an experienced volunteer. It might not necessarily be like if you're two ticket sellers, it might not be both of you, but the team leader there will be experienced. So they'll be able to coach you and help you out. You can sign up for shift notification and it tells you on the front page of deck. Yes. Great. What was the secret word? The secret word is honk. So you can you can say the word honk. You can come in and honk at us. It's great. We're theater people. We love theatrics. So feel free to honk away. What happens if you need to leave early? Depending on the shift, if it's something like beer tent or patio, we can probably arrange that. If it's something like an usher, you can't really leave a show early. So just contact us with whatever the shift is and we can see if we can work it out. Is the volunteer place open now? Yes. Yeah. So hospitality, volunteer hospitality is open. Not currently right now. It's open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And then once the festival starts on the 17th, we're open 10 a.m. to 11:30 p.m., except for the last day, which is we're open till 10 p.m. Is there a way to see all of this info after this live stream is done? Yes. If you aren't sick of my voice and you want to hear it again, this is actually being recorded. So it'll be up on YouTube, and we're going to send a link out to all volunteers probably tomorrow, I assume, if everything goes a-okay with uploading. Other than that, there is that file on your My Impact account. On the homepage, the spot that says see all files, there's information there about job descriptions, anything like that. Where is the hospital place located? So it's located at Manitoba Theatre Center, which is 174 Market Avenue. I don't know what I was going to say 170. 174. I should know this. And Anyways.
But come to the Rory Street entrance.
Yes. Yeah. So we are at the Rory Street entrance. Those are the doors that are unlocked during the 9 to 5 hours.
I did see a couple of comments earlier in the video. Someone asked about weekend parking. So it is 2 hours free, but I believe after you've already paid for 2 hours. So just keep that in mind when you come down on the weekend. If you're parking, again, parking is very hard to do on the street down here. So I would recommend lots, which I know are more expensive, but then you are then guaranteed not to get a ticket, which is more expensive. But just come down early or find a place to park that might be a bit further away, but is guaranteed to not get you in any trouble. And then I did also see, yes, I want to change the size of my shirt.
That is A-okay. Yeah, you can bring the shirt that you have into Hospo, and we can swap it for you. That is not a problem. Main tent means the area at the cube. Main tent, like info tent? Info tent, yes. Yeah. Info tent, yeah, that's the entrance to the exchange, or to the cube area.
Okay.
Is that everything? I think. Yeah. That's all the questions. Great. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for attending our orientation here. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact us. We're going to have a screen at the end with our contact info, so you can give us a call, send us an email, or come visit us here. Oh, we have someone. 2 hour complimentary parking does not need to follow a paid period of time. It is complimentary for the first 2 hours, just so you know. Thank you so much. That is amazing. And yes, please remember, code word is honk. So there we go. What is the code word again? It is honk. So yeah, come in. If you haven't gotten your badge yet, when you come get it, let us know you saw the orientation and say the word honk. Or feel free to stop by if you already do have your badge, and we can stamp that for you. Yeah. Can someone help get our shirt? Like if someone else is picking it up for you. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
Great.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.